Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this video I'm going to share with you 5 essential plants for anyone wanting to start a UK tropical style garden in 2024. Let's get straight to the video. So if you're watching this video, you might be thinking of starting a UK tropical garden this year in the coming spring. So let's take a look at a few plants that I think you need to start that garden, most of which you can buy in a local garden centre. And the first one I'm going to talk about is this palm tree here. So this is a Tracky Carpus fortunei. It is the hardiest palm tree and it's the most prevalent in the UK, perhaps for that reason. You can buy these in your local garden centre as well as specialist nurseries. And for me, this is it's a statement plant because for most people walking into a garden or looking at a garden, it signifies that this is a tropical style garden, whereas other plants might not, because you could find them in different style gardens. They're evergreen, as you can see. We're at the beginning of January and they look as good as they ever do. And I've got a few in the garden to show you. So if you're looking to buy one this height, where the stem is 5.5 to 6 feet, the trunk, sorry, these on the current prices would probably be £200 to £300. And if you have that kind of budget, I would recommend buying the largest one you can buy for your budget. But I've got other ones in my garden to share with you. Here's a double trunked one, and I got this one for £45, but probably now maybe you're looking at £70–80. And then I've got a tiny one down here, look, which most garden centres now sell these this size. You see the fronds there. You can pick one of these up for £25, I would say, maybe 30, 20 if you're lucky, in a local garden centre. So I would recommend you buying a Tracky Carpus fortunei. That's the #1 plant I think that you need for a tropical garden. Well, plant number 2 is another essential evergreen, easy to find plant, and it's a Ficus Japonica. These you will see everywhere. These are sold all around the country, very hardy, tropical looking glossy leaves, and again you can see they're evergreen. They look fantastic all year round. They flower in winter, and you can see the berries on there, but they're fantastic plants. I've got 3 around the garden. They do prefer shade, but these ones are in full sun. They do lighten off the leaves in summer, and for me that's just another plant that I think you have to have in a UK tropical style garden, the Ficus Japonica. So pick one of these up. You can get small ones for £10–15. This one cost me I think 20 in a 2 or 3 litre pot about 4 years ago, and it's decent size now. Okay, essential plant number 3. You can't really see it at the minute, but it's under there, and it is the hardy banana called Musabastu. Now these are, of the plants I'm mentioning in this video, this plant is the least likely to be found in a local garden centre, but they are becoming more common in this country. So this is a banana plant. It does produce fruits, but they're not edible. You can see a little pup there, and we have to wrap these up in winter. They are root hardy. If you left these out to the elements, they would die back to the ground and re-sprout from the roots in spring. I wrap mine to preserve the height of the trunk, the pseudo stem, should I say. And these produce huge leaves, perhaps up to 2 meters long. And again, this is another quintessential plant for a UK tropical style garden. So it's the Musabastu, and yeah, you can pick up some plug plants for relatively cheap, £10, £15, that quickly size up very well. These reached about 3 or 4 meters in height this year, and I bought them as plug plants 4 years ago. So the next plant I want to talk about is bamboo. So another plant that you can find in every garden centre in the country. This bamboo is the one that you will usually find if you're looking in a local garden centre. It's called Ficus Ruffa, and it is a clumping bamboo and it won't run. That's not to say it won't spread. It does spread out and you can cut it back, but it's not something that you will find popping up all around your garden. And I kind of use this Fargesia ruffa as I see it as punctuation in the garden. It doesn't stand out as an amazing plant to look at in its own right, but it breaks up different areas. And from this one I've divided it into 5 pieces. It's really easy to divide. You just kind of get a spade and cut through the roots and plant it elsewhere, and I have got it elsewhere in the garden just as it's a bit of a background plant. And again, these sort of leaves just really good signifying, okay, I can see what you're trying to do with this garden. It's sort of a tropical style. Fargesia ruffa, I would look for any Fargesias really. There are some bamboos with thicker culms, a little bit more expensive, and yeah, there is an alternative though. You can get plants that look like bamboo. This one here is Miscanthus gigantus. It's giant grass, elephant grass, and there's Arundodonax, which is called Spanish giant reed. They look like bamboo, but they're not. They're grasses. Not evergreen, of course. You have to cut these back, whereas the bamboo looks like this all year round. And the final plant that I want to talk about is this one here, Cordyline australis. This is another strappy-leaved, people call it a palm tree. It's not a palm tree, it's from Australia. Very hardy, will produce a nice trunk, will upsize very quickly. See there, I've cut these fronds, lower fronds back to expose some of the trunk, and it is a plant that you will find in every garden centre in the UK. The green ones are hardier than the red-leaved variety, so I would recommend getting the green-leaved one. But it is just it's a folly for the Tracky Carpus. It's a similar pointy-leafed plant that I think just looks good in a tropical garden. It's not my favourite plant, but it does the job. It adds structure, it's evergreen, and yeah, it just makes it look more tropical, I suppose. There you go. So that's 5 plants for anyone wanting to start a tropical garden in the UK in 2024. If you're planning on starting a tropical garden, do let me know in the comments what your plans are. And if you've already got your tropical garden, let me know what plants you would list as number 6 or number 7 on the list of essential plants. Thanks for watching. Do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.